The World Championship Final is coming up this weekend, and the long-awaited release of Arcane Season 2 is just around the corner. To mark these exciting events, several updates are to come in this patch. Here's a rundown of what's changing. Ambessa will join the Summoner's Rift in this patch. She is a powerful top-lane bruiser, most effective in sustained combat. Ambessa can dash right after using her skills. This effect can be charged 3 times maximum within 4 seconds. Similar to Callista, though Ambessa's dash cannot cross walls. While this effect lasts, Ambessa's attack range, attack speed, basic damage increases, and restores energy. Her Q sweeps in a semicircle and deals damage. Upon hitting an enemy, it can be recast in a straight line, dealing significant % max HP damage. Her W immediately grants a shield and then deals AoE damage after a short windup. If Ambessa takes damage from an enemy champion or a tower during this time, the damage will increase. Her E skill deals damage in a circle and slows the enemy. It can be cast twice when used with her passive. Finally, her ult grants armor penetration and lifesteal on skill damage. When cast, Ambessa becomes unstoppable, lunging to the farthest enemy within range, dealing damage and stunning shortly. Now on to champions of minor changes. Blitzcrank's E skill now has a total AD ratio of 200%. Briar and Rumble's base HP will increase, and Kael's passive AS AP ratio will be buffed. Varus' W on hit damage will increase, and Vayne's bonus AD on her ult will be increased. The max HP ratio in Vi's passive increases by 2%, Wukong's base mana and early W cooldown has been buffed. Aatrox gets a bonus AD nerf on his ults, Lilia's monster vamp and growth armor will decrease, Mordekaiser's E skill damage will be nerfed, Poppy's base AD will significantly decrease. The AP ratio in Seraphine's Q has been nerfed, Salas's growth HP will decrease. Syndra's W damage will be nerfed, and Illaoi's base AD and growth mana have been nerfed. Fizz's Q and W AP ratios have increased slightly. Aurelia's passive now partially applies to towers and maintains stack when attacking them. Hugging the tower against Aurelia is gonna become significantly harder. Katarina's Shunpo and ult's cooldown will be reduced, which will make her all the more annoying. Vel'Koz's E and ult's cooldown will be nerfed as well. We thought Riot had completely forgotten about this champ, but I guess they seemed like it was about time. Swain's base and growth MR, Q's base damage, E's cooldown, and ult's healing HP ratio are all getting buffed. Anivia's growth armor and her E's AP ratio get nerfed, weakening her late game impact. Riot assessed the recent buff on Corki was a bit too much. His AD and growth mana will decrease. Jax gets a noticeable nerf on his ult cooldown and damage. Shen's passive cooldown and refund rate has been reduced, and his ult gets a significant nerf on its shield mount. Udyr's R damage and RR combos max HP ratio and damage to monsters have been decreased. Maokai's base speed and HP get buffed, and his sapling's movement speed now scales with Maokai's level. Xante's Q base damage will be reduced, but gets compensated with an E skill dash speed during his ults. For system changes, the movement speed of side lane minions will be nerfed. Originally, their bonus movement speed was fixed until the 14th minute, but now it gradually decreases over the first 14 minutes. Next, item changes. Static Shiv now costs 200 gold less, but its AD and AS will decrease. Its effect applies Electrospark to the next 3 base attacks, hitting up to 5 targets with a 25-second cooldown. Yuntal gets reworked. It loses crits and 10 AD, but gets a new 20% attack speed. Attacking an enemy champion grants 30% AS for 4 seconds and permanently increases crit chance by 0.2%, which can be stacked up to 25%. Youmuu's Ghostblade now grants 4% movement speed, but its base AD will decrease. Opportunity gains 5 AD, but its base MS has been removed and slightly increases passive armor penetration. Smite's target range on epic monsters has been reduced, enabling a much more precise hit. Lastly, Barrier's shield amount will be decreased. That's all I got for you today, and I'll see you guys in the next patch note.